Hello students, I am Professor Ghumare again here with one of the lecture on skew resolution. In last lecture we have discussed about to find the resultant and its component by using method of resolution. So today we are going to discuss about how to find out the force or missing component of force or any angle or any component with the help of skew resolution. Okay. So first of all, you should know what is meant by skew resolution. In previous lecture, we have seen about the resolution at rectangular coordinate, or we can say that at right angles. But sometimes there are such situations where forces are not directly resolved at right angles. Okay, so when you can see a force can be resolved along two perpendicular directions. Sorry, a force can be resolved along two non-perpendicular directions. Then it is called as a skew resolution. So there are so many practical problems where this force may not be always resolved into perpendicular directions. It may be resolved into non-perpendicular directions. So at that time, such a components or the process is called as skew resolution other than 90 degree. Okay, so here you can see this particular figure. This is the force F. You can resolve this force in any required direction or any required angle. You can resolve it with this horizontal, you can resolve with this vertical, you can resolve anywhere by drawing any line. If you know the angle, you can resolve this particular force. Okay, so here I have taken two simple cases where this force F you have to resolve along this direction, this angle. I have taken this as a theta 1. I have to resolve this force F in this direction. I have to resolve this force into this direction. Okay, so when this theta 1 and theta 2 are known, now what would be the magnitude that would be resolved along this direction, this direction? Is to find out the component of F1 and component of F1 and F2 of this particular force. Okay, so to find out that I have directly equations. Okay, so there are so many methods. You can draw the triangle of this forces, means this is first one force, you draw this second force in this way, then color join this, find out this all included angles, and then use sine rule. That is also one of the simple method, that is called as triangle of forces using sine rule. Okay, so but instead of that, if you are having direct equations, how to calculate the components? Now see, these equations everybody should know. This is very important equation to find out the component in any required direction. Suppose I want to know F1. मुझे F1 निकालना है, F and other two angles are known. How I will calculate that? F1 will be equal to this F. F1 अगर निकालना है तो एंगल आपको शुरू में क्या करना है? ये फोर्स और ये दूसरे फोर्स का एंगल लेना है. Okay, this angle means I want to know F1, means I will take this F into sine of theta 2 divided by sine of theta 1 plus theta 2. ये दोनों का एडिशन में करूँगा. Okay, so this will be the first case. Second, F2. अगर मुझे F2 निकालना है तो मैं क्या करूँगा? I want to know F2, means I will take this force and this opposite angle, this theta 1. I will take F sine of theta 1 divided by this denominator in same both the cases. But what is the difference here? When I want to know F1, अगर मुझे F1 निकालना है तो मैं क्या करता हूँ? फोर्स लेता हूँ और थीटा 2 एंगल लेता हूँ. अगर मुझे F2 निकालना है तो क्या करूँगा मैं? I will take, अगर F2 निकालना है तो I will take F1 and this particular angle. Okay, F2 निकालना है तो F and this angle. F1 निकालना है तो F and this angle, and denominator is same, sin of theta 1 plus theta 2. Very simple equation. Okay, everybody should know this equation so that you can find directly the required components. This is called as Q resolution. Now see, I have taken one simple problem from Bayer and Johnson. The same problem is given there. The 250 Newton force is to be resolved into components along AA dash and BB dash. This is the 250 Newton force, that is F. I have to resolve into AA dash and BB dash, means these are the two directions. But as force is given here means I must mark this as a one of the force, that is A dash, and this will be the another force along BB dash. Okay. So one force, suppose this will be F1 and this will be F2. Okay. क्योंकि देखो यहाँ पे फोर्स ए अलॉन्ग ए एन अलॉन्ग बी बी यहाँ पे खाली लाइंस दिया है कि इन डायरेक्शन में इसको रिजॉल्व करना है, वो फोर्स एरो नहीं दिया है, नेम इवन F1 F2 इज नॉट शोन, बट इधर हियर दे हैव शोन ए डैश बी बी डैश में फोर्स निकालो। तो मैं यहाँ पे क्या करूंगा, ए डैश ये लाइन हो गया और बी बी डैश ये लाइन हो गई, तो मैं इस पे एरो ड्रॉ करूंगा एंड आई नाउ आई शुड नो द एंगल बिटवीन देम। Okay, because if this force is here, resultant force is here, so component must be adjacent to that. If I am taking this A dash and BB dash in this direction, but force is in opposite direction, there is no use by considering these directions. So the resultant is always lies between two forces. That's why if this is one of the force, this is another force, so this would be the your resultant force. Okay. Now you can see here what I will do here. I will mark this force as a one of the component that I want to know. I will mark this as a second component that I want to know. And then F1 and F2 as such, there is no mandatory that you show this as a F1, this as a F2. Anyway, you can show F1 and F2. If I show F1 here, okay, it must be F2. Or if I show F2 here, it must be F1. Now you can see here, first of all, I must know the angle between the forces, theta 1, theta 2. Okay. तो यहाँ पे कौन सा ये एंगल 40 डिग्री है, ये एंगल 40 डिग्री दिया है. ओके, यू नो दैट दिस इज अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. ओके, if I deduct this from 180, now angle made by this line, this entire angle will be 180. Okay, अगर मैं ये 180 से ये 40 डिग्री माइनस करता हूँ, 180 minus 40, here you can see what is given here, you can see find the angle alpha knowing that the component along A dash is 175. A dash का जो component है already given है 175, this one. So I have shown here that as F2 that is known to me. Okay. Also find the corresponding value of component along BB dash, यानी कि BB dash जो है ये component मुझे find out करना है. I have designated that as a F1. Okay. So शुरू में कि देखो यहाँ पे F1 with the force acting along BB dash, F2 with the force acting along A dash, this direction. This is A dash. F2 is known. So theta 1 और theta 2 क्या होगा, ये this is 40 डिग्री, ये 40 डिग्री है, टोटल एंगल है 180. अगर मैं ये 180 से ये 40 डिग्री में माइनस करता हूँ ये, तो मुझे क्या मिलेगा, थीटा 1 प्लस थीटा 2 मिलेगा. आई विल गेट दिस एंगल एज अ angle made by this force plus angle made by this force. So what I did here, so from 180, from this entire angle I have deducted this 40, so I will get theta 1 plus theta 2 as a 140. Okay, this two addition will be 140. Now in this I know F2, I know F2. Now apply the equation of skew resolution. If I know F2, okay, so I can find out F1. Okay, when F2 is known, I will write this formula as F sine of theta 1. Okay, a force or a angle divided by sine of theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay, and F2 is given in the problem 175. So I will put that value here. Now after solving this, I will get theta 1 angle as a 26.74 degree, and from 140 you deduct this 26.74, you will get theta 1 theta 2 also. So I will get theta 1 theta 2 both the angles, and then to know F1 I will use the skew resolution formula. F1 is equal to this F sine of theta 2 divided by sine of theta 1 plus theta 2. In this way you will get the magnitude of this 3 F force F1 357.321 Newton. Okay, so I think you might have understand all this particular concept. Okay, you might have understood this. Okay, if you are having any problem, you can ask me anytime, no problem. But here you should know. In the class also I will take few problems, so it will clear your concepts. So this is about problem number 1. Okay, so after getting this particular figure, it is very simple to use the skew resolution problem. अगर मुझे f1 निकालना है तो क्या करूँगा मैं, f means is 250 sin of this theta 2 divided by sin of theta 1 plus theta 2. First of all, see, mechanics is very simple subject, but you should have somewhat logic and understanding. what is given in the problem and what you need to calculate. Many times what happen, very simple problem is there but students are unable to solve that. Okay, so it is just because of non-practice. If you are doing good practice of these problems, it will be easy, because mechanics problems are the complex problems that can be solved by using many methods. So here important one is whatever method is asked in examination by Skew resolution or whatever law parallelogram, it is mandatory use that method only. If you are finding out answer by different methods, you will not get the marks. Whatever specific method is mentioned, you should solve problem by that method only. If any method is not mentioned in the problem, then you are having freedom. You can use the triangle law, you can use the resolution, you can use parallelogram law, or whatever method you want. Simple, you can use that. Okay, this is about first problem. Now then second one. Find the magnitude of resolved part force F, that is F1 and F2. So here F1 is F1 and F2 to be known. F is given as a 500, angle theta 1, theta 2 both are mentioned. Now it is just application of equations. If I want to know F1 is equal to this 500 means F sine of theta 2 in this one. F1 is equal to F sine of theta 2 divided by sine of theta 1 plus theta 2. After solving this, I will get F1 as a 500 Newton. Okay, now find out F2. To find F2, now I want to know F2. To find F2, I must use this F upon sine of this angle theta 1 divided by sine of theta 1 plus theta 2. You will get that answer as 258.81 Newton. Okay, so these are the two magnitude of missing components that you can solve by using the skew resolution equations. Now see the third problem here. Resolve the force F1 into components along U and V axes and determine the magnitude of the components. Now see, read the problem carefully. Resolve the force F1 into component. What is F1 here? This force is F1. This force is F1. F1 मुझे खाली component resolve करना है along U and V axes. So there is no need of this second force. It is just given for confusion purpose. There is no use of this F2. I want to resolve force F1 into component along U and V axis. U means what? This is the U axis. You just show arrow here, and V means this one. You just show arrow here. So resultant lies in between. These are the V direction, this is the U direction, and I want to resolve this 300 Newton force, that is this F1 into component. So खाली मुझे 300 resolve करना है. Okay, so very simple problem. First of all, you just find out this angle. Okay, you can see here. I want to resolve this force in this direction and in this direction. So you can mark as this is Fu means you can mark as a Fu direction or F1 direction, no problem. Here it will be Fv or F2 direction. As this angle is 30 degree, this red color angle are not given in the problem that I have calculated. If this is the straight line, this is 30 degree, this is 45 degree. Okay, if this is a 45 and you can see this angle is 70 degree. Okay, here it is 70 degree. Okay, when this is 70, this is 70, this opposite angle will be also 70. If I taking this as a straight line, if I take this as a straight line, this is 70 means this opposite 70, and from 70 if I deduct this 30, I will get this angle as a 40. Okay, so this angle is 40, this angle is 30. So this angle is 40. How I have calculated that? This 40 plus 70 must 30 plus 40 plus 30 must be 70 in this opposite angle. So this angle and this angle must be same. So you can take this as a theta 1 and this as a theta 2. If you are taking this as a F1. F1 or Fu, and this will be Fv, because I have to resolve this force into this particular direction. Okay. See what you have to do here. You have to resolve this force in this direction. You have to resolve this force in this direction. This will be Fu or F1. This will be Fv or F2. Theta 1 is known, theta 2 is known. Now directly application of formula. F is 300. Okay. तो यार यहाँ पे क्या करना है आपको, एफ मीन्स रिजल्टेंट ऑफ दिस टू फोर्सेस। सो अगर F1 मुझे निकालना है तो क्या करूंगा, 300 साइन ऑफ cot थीटा 2, दिस वन 300 is the force F sin of theta 2 divided by sin of theta 1 plus theta 2. Theta 2 is 40 and theta 1 plus theta 2 is 70. Okay. So here I have taken this 300 sin of 300 sin of 30. Sin of 30 means you will get this particular force. Okay. You will get FV. अगर आप अपोजिट 30 एंगल लेते हैं तो आपको ये फोर्स मिलेगा, और 40 लेते हैं तो आपको ये फोर्स मिलेगा. ओके, सो इट डजंट मैटर व्हाट एंगल यू आर टेकिंग, but you should know that if you are taking 30 you will get this magnitude. Okay, if you are taking 40 then you will get a magnitude of this force. So by using this 300 sin 30 by sin 30, sin 30 denominator will be common for both the cases, but numerator will change because sin 30 means you will get, I have taken this angle means I will get this force, and when I am taking sin 40 so I will get this force. So this will be the magnitude of these two forces. So this will be Fv, this will be Fv. Okay, F1 and F2 or F1 and F2, that doesn't matter which force is F1 and F2, but carefully you should take the angle. Okay, now for homework, जैसे मैंने अभी क्या किया, फॉर योर होमवर्क, दिस इज द फोर्स वी हैव रिजॉल्व इन दिस डायरेक्शन, इन दिस डायरेक्शन. So for your homework I will give the problem, resolve this 500 Newton, this will be for homework. ओके, जैसे हमने यहाँ पे 300 रिजॉल्व किया यू और वी डायरेक्शन में, तो आपको होमवर्क के मैं प्रॉब्लम देता हूँ. तो उसमें करना क्या है आपको, ये जो 500 न्यूटन F2 जो फोर्स है उसको मुझे यू और वी और यू डायरेक्शन में रिसॉल्व करना है. तो मैं कैसे करूंगा, आई विल शो दिस वी हियर बिकॉज this resultant force must lie between these two forces. This angle is given as a 45. This angle is 45. Okay. So here, if this is the straight line, total angle must be 180. From 180, you should deduct this 45 and 70. You will get this 65 angle. Then this direction will be FU and this direction will be FV. Solve this and show me your answer. You have to resolve this 500 along VV and along 70. Angles are also known. Okay, this resultant magnitude is this 500 Newton. Solve it and show me what is this component. Okay, so this will be for your homework part. So you have to resolve only this 500 along U and V direction. Okay, I think you might have understood all this Q resolution part. I will take few different problems in the classroom also. But this is for your understanding. So there will be one problem in your examination on this Q resolution where you have to directly apply the equations. Okay, so I will stop here. Thank you very much.